Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Today, I have a review of the Byers Super Sharpener #1 Knife and Scissors Sharpener. Now, right off the bat, some of you might be saying, well, what sort of company in China came up with that name? Well, let me show you something. That's right. This guy is made in America. Now, this is the smallest, most compact of its type pull-through sharpener that I was able to find. And I can tell you, it is very effective. Now, some people out there, they don't like pull-through sharpeners of any kind. And for good reason. They'll say, oh, those things, they take off way too much metal from the blade and they greatly shorten the lifespan of your knife. And that's true. And you certainly don't want to use any type of pull-through sharpener on something like a Spyderco Paramilitary 3 or a Benchmade Bug-Out, because those are not cheap knives. I mean, those are pretty expensive knives, and you want them to last a good long time. You want to be able to sharpen them up without greatly reducing their lifespan. And with a pull-through sharpener, you are going to end up greatly reducing their lifespan. So, simple solution, don't use something like a pull-through sharpener on your really expensive EDC knives. Something like this is made for an inexpensive EDC beater knife, such as this Dozer designed KBar. And you guys have seen this before on my channel. I did a review of it. Overall, I'm very happy with this as my EDC knife, and it makes a great beater knife. I can use this if it gets dirty. I can just wipe it down, no problems, no headaches. If a police officer who thinks he knows the law confiscates it from me, even though this is street legal to carry where I live, I'm not gonna cry a lot of tears. I'll just replace it with another one. It's inexpensive, and yeah, it just gets the job done. So this is the type of knife that you would use a pull-through sharpener on, especially since it has a non-exotic blade steel. We're not talking about something like S30V. We're talking AUS 8A and other knives that have 428C, maybe a folding knife, a traditional one made from a simple carbon steel like 1095, 1085, 01, that sort of thing. Pull-through sharpeners are great on those types of knives because who cares that they take off actual metal slivers off of the cutting edge that you can see? Yep, that's what they do, and this one does that as well. I've actually used this one on the knife I just showed you guys. My KBar got extremely dull. I wanted to see how quickly this sharpener would put an edge on it. Very quickly. The company, Byers, that's Byers, recommends 4 or 5 pulls in order to get a good sharp edge back on a dull knife. And I gotta admit, yeah, it works. So if we're talking about a beater EDC knife, a knife that didn't cost you much money at all, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with using a pull-through sharpener on something like that, especially if you don't have half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, maybe even longer. You're sitting there and you're trying to sharpen up your knife. Some people just don't have time for that. Modern day and age, you want to sit there for about an hour trying to put a good sharp edge on your knife, or once again, 4 or 5 passes literally within seconds and you've got a good sharp edge on your knife. I know which one I prefer. Now, the other issue is a lot of people either don't know or they forget that they have to strop the cutting edge after using a V-grind sharpener. It doesn't matter if you use a stationary one and you're pulling the knife through, or if you use this Byers variation and you're pulling the sharpener through. Doesn't matter. You will end up guaranteed with a burr on the edge of your knife, and that burr has to be removed properly. The last thing you want to do is start immediately using your knife, because that burr is going to break off and then your knife is going to go duller faster. So you don't want that. You need to grab a proper piece of leather, some stropping compound, and just strop that burr right off. Gotta do it properly. And again, a lot of people forget that. Now, as far as this pull-through sharpener goes, as usual, guys, specs in the description box below. Please don't forget to check the description box when this video is over. Now, I'm going to demonstrate very quickly how to use the Byers sharpener. You take your knife, and let's pretend that the cutting edge is dull. So you take your knife, you place it like this on a flat surface, hold it steady with the cutting edge facing up. Now, for demonstration purposes, I'm doing it like this, but when you're actually using the sharpener, you're going to want the tip of your knife to be hanging off the edge of the table, because that makes it a lot easier to sharpen the very forward portion of your knife. Make sure the tip is hanging off the edge of the flat table you have it on, and you definitely need a flat surface. So you're going to take your sharpener, and this is the most compact one of this particular pull-through variation I've been able to find. Now, right there, that's the little notch for sharpening scissors. But today we're going to tackle knives. So right there, there's your Carbide V-grind. Here's what it looks like from this side. And what you're going to do is, here's your partial guard. Be very careful. Place this on the rear of the edge at an angle like this, and then just pull through. Pull through without lifting up. Do that 4 or 5 times and you will have a really good working edge on your knife. And again, make sure to strop that edge properly. That's very important. And when you're pulling this through, there is going to be a little bit of resistance, and oh yeah, there's going to be a heck of a sound, and you're going to see actual metal slivers coming off the edge of your knife. Oh yeah, you're going to see them. So the sound it makes isn't the most pleasant, and you will have metal slivers coming off your knife. Metal slivers big enough for you to blatantly see. But you're going to end up spending a few seconds sharpening your knife instead of half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe even longer than an hour. So that's a huge advantage of all pull-through sharpeners, even the Byers variation and others like it. Second advantage, these are not expensive at all. You're going to pay less than $10 for a pull-through V-grind sharpener. In some cases, less than $5. And they do a really good job as long as your knife is not made from an exotic steel. We're talking basic steels. Does a great job, does it fast, and inexpensive price. Those are some things to consider. This is a really nice, inexpensive sharpener, and again, made in USA. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please keep an open mind about pull-through sharpeners. They're not the worst invention in the world, I promise. All right guys, take care. I'll see you next time.